Hello, dear lovely IELTS candidates. Hope you're fine. Welcome to my channel, IELTS with Ralph. And today, as I said before in our previous part, I'm going to teach you some very useful complex structures in writing Task 1 academic. And you will learn how to write longer sentences. So these three complex structures that I'm going to teach you will definitely help you improve your band score in Task 1 academic writing. All right, let's start. And remember, as you remember, in our previous part, we worked on 5 simple structures. So today we'll learn 3 complex structures. So we'll have 8 different structures, and variety is very important, and examiners will definitely try to find in your writing these complex and simpler structures. All right, starting with our first complex structure, our structure like this. We'll have a noun phrase, after that there is verb, and then we have some details of the data, and then comma, and ing verb, and noun phrase or data. Now let's put it into a sample example. The price of oil is our noun phrase. Rose, increased, is our verb. Between 1990 and 2000, right? So this is our data or details. Then we have comma, and we use ing verb. Reaching a high of $500 in 1999. This is a sample example. Now let's work on second example. The proportion of people, this is our noun phrase, living in apartments. This whole sentence is our noun phrase. The proportion of people living in apartments. Fell is our verb. Now let's work on details. Between 1950 and 1970, comma, dropping from 55 persons in 1950 to 40 persons in 1970. And this is our noun phrase or data. All right, our second complex structure is like this. There is noun phrase. Our sentence starts with a noun phrase, and then verb, then data, or opinion, and then comma, and after that, with plus data plus verb phrase. So at the end of a sentence, we have verb phrase. So, and remember that the final verb phrase usually uses ing form. For example, the cinema is the most popular place for new couples, comma, with 70% of people going there regularly. The cinema is our noun, is our verb. The most popular place for newcomers is our opinion. All right. Then we use comma, and after comma we use with, then data. With 70% of people going there regularly. So you see that our verb, our second verb phrase is using ing here. Example 2. History was the least interesting subject according to students, comma, with 75% saying they found it boring. Again, this is another example of our second structure. Now, our complex structure, our third complex structure is, let's say, 3 up to 4 part sentences. So it gives 3 pieces of data in only one complex structure. So this is very, very important. So you're using 3 or 4 different data in only one complex structure. So I'm going to use the example, all right? So you will definitely learn much better from the example rather than just giving you first the structure. So it starts like this. The percentage of customers buying furniture started at only 10% in year one, comma, but increased to 35% in year two, and then again to 45% in year three. All right. So here we are connecting three different sentences together, and we're using one complex structure. So I read it again. The percentage of customers buying furniture, this is our noun phrase, started at only 10% in year one, then we use comma here, but increased to 35% in year two, and then again to 45% in year three. Now let's work on another example. The size of the audience fell by 500,000 in January, by 700,000 in February, and by over 1 million in March, reaching a low of only 300,000 in early April. So I'm going to read it again. The size of the audience is our noun phrase. Fell by 500,000 in January. This is our first sentence, right? This is our first sentence. It fell by 500,000. Then we use comma after this. And then we add more details. By 700,000 in February, again another comma after this. And by over 1 million in March, right? Comma. Reaching a low of, and you can see that the verb here is using ing, reaching a low of only 300,000 in early April. Now, we're going to have challenge here. I'm going to ask question, and I will definitely answer the question in two options, all right? So this is our data. The average price of three-bedroom houses in London, in year one, it was £500,000. In year two, it was £535,000. And in year three, it was £555,000. Now we're going to analyze this data using the complex structure. So our option one is like this. The average price of a three-bedroom house in London rose significantly between years 1 and 3, comma, starting at £500,000 in year 1 and reaching £555,000 in year 3. This is one example. Another option is like this. The average price of a three-bedroom house in London started at £500,000 in year 1, comma, and then rose by £35,000 in year 2 and by £20,000 in year 3, comma, and after this we use the ing form of the verb, reaching a high of £555,000 in that year. So you see that we analyze all the years and pay attention to how I used by, and after that the number. We'll work on this part on how to use by in our sentences. Our next challenge is we're going to make two complex structures using two complex sentences using the structures we learned today. So our data is logo recognition percentage for different car brands. For Ferrari, it is 45%. For Audi, it is 55%. For Kia, it is 30%. And for Mercedes, it's 75%, right? So our option one is, so Mercedes, as you can see, was the most recognized, all right? Mercedes was the most recognized car brand logo with 75% of respondents identifying it correctly. So as you can see, I'm using this structure. actually the second complex structure here. Now, our option 2, as you can see, Kia was the least recognized, all right? Kia was the least recognized car brand logo, comma, with only 30% of people able to correctly identify it. This is another example of the data we had in this challenge. And again, I'm using the second complex structure we had today. All right, this part is definitely the most important part that you have to practice more. Using complex structure and complex sentences in task 1 academic writing will definitely improve your overall band score in task 1 academic writing. And you can mix the sentences using the other 5 simple structures we had in our previous part. And using these 8 structures will surely improve your band score. All right, that's the end of our today's session. Our next part will be about tenses. I'm going to talk a little bit about tenses used in academic writing task 1. And then after that, we're gonna cover verbs, nouns, adjectives, and adverbs, all the things related to completing your sentences. Until next time and next part, enjoy your time. Goodbye.